welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do a collab with the faithful FAB 9, and since it's October, I thought of doing Makeup and Myths. I did this last year in the month of October and then the year prior, so this will be my third year doing this, where I pick a local legend to myself. I live in the Buffalo, New York area, and I kind of find a story, a place that has history and is interesting to me, and I talk about it. And while I do that, I'm going to be doing my makeup, like a get ready with me. So I will link everybody's channels down below in the collab so you could check them out. They're either going to be doing like a ghost story or whatever they want. They could kind of take their own take on what they want to do with this, or they can do just like a Halloween look. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the Devil's Hole in Niagara Falls, New York. It is a state park. There's a hiking trail, and it's a pretty physical hiking trail. I've never personally did it, but I heard about it. I know people who have done it, and it's a beautiful place, and it's not an easy trail by any means, so beware. But it has a lot of history to it, and I found it really interesting. My boyfriend bought me this book, Haunted Buffalo, Ghosts of Queen City by Dwayne Claude and Cassidy O'Connor. And it has a lot of different stories and different places. Like it has the Grand Island, Holiday Inn. I actually did a Makeup and Myth on that. What else? A winery. This is the one I'm going to do is Devil Hole Historic Haunts. So what I'm going to do while I get my base on, I'm going to do going to read this paragraph in the story and share what they had to write about it, and then I'm going to talk about some of the research and things I found about Devil's Hole. So now let's do our base.
Devil's Hole has a long history of being saturated with evil spirits. The Native Americans referred to the cave near Devil Hole as a home of the Evil One. In Native American mythology, the Evil One was a demon-like snake that was the source of all that was malevolent. Even today, this 26-foot deep cave is the source of unexplainable moans and screams coming from the darkness. Legend tells of a tribe that once entered the cave, of whom all not returned from the journey. Young braves who entered with dark hair left with white hair, unable to tell their encounter because they had lost their minds. The local tribe had such fear of Devil's Hole that in 1689 they warned French explorer to avoid the area. He didn't heed their warning and was murdered by his own men several days after passing the cave. In 1763, the Seneca Nation attacked a supply wagon coming through the region. During this ambush, dozens of soldiers lost their lives. The bodies, along with those oxen and horses, were driven off by the legend to Devil's Hole. This became known as the Devil's Hole Massacre. It was much later, in 1901, when President William McKinley was assassinated only hours after passing the area on the Great Gorge Trolley. In 1917, the Great Gorge Trolley lost one of its cars just passed over Devil's Hole, plummeting 15 passengers to their deaths. Since that time, countless people have died at the hands of Devil's Hole, in addition to people falling or jumping every year.
Okay, so now that I got my base makeup on, I'm gonna go in with bronzer. This is from Iconic London. It is the Ultimate Bronze Powder in Medium Bronze. So what is Devil's Hole? It is a state park located in Niagara Falls, New York. The park overlooks Devil's Hole Rapids, and I know there's boat tours, like you could take a boat and go down into the rapids, and it's pretty exciting. I've never done it, but it's also a very dangerous place. There's been a lot of accidents. I remember hearing not too long ago a girl was doing the gorge trail, and she dipped her foot into the water because I guess it was a really hot day, and she got sucked in by the rapids. and I don't know if they ever found her body, I'm not sure, but it was a pretty horrible experience. I know there was somebody there like calling, trying to help. I don't know, it was all over the news. It's very tragic. So it's a beautiful place to hike, but you have to be careful and do not go in that water by any means. I know they also offer picnic areas. There's scenic overlooks and hiking trails, like I said, and you could also do fishing there. And there's a stone staircase, which is pretty intense, what I've read. And it leads down, you go down the staircase and it leads to the gorge and the Devil Hole Trail. I'm going to use my LA Colors blush. This is my perfect fall blush. It's in the shade whatever. But of course, this Devil's Hole area has a dark past. According to Native American legends and lore, an evil spirit haunts the caves, especially the Devil's Den. Many people have reported sensing a dark aura inside that cave, and there's been claims that people have witnessed like remnants of animal sacrifices and black magic rituals. I'm gonna go in with my Doll Face Beauty. This is All Glow Illuminating Face Powder in Translucent Glow. I use this as a highlighter. In 1716, 80 British soldiers were killed and scalped by a tribe of Native Americans. Apparently it was during the French and Indian War, and they went into the cave to eat their lunch, and there was a tribe hiding in the caves, and while the soldiers were eating their dinner, they got murdered. Or not murdered, but ambushed. And that is called the Devil's Hole Massacre. And many believe that those soldiers' spirits still haunt that cave. I'm gonna set my face with the Fenty Beauty setting spray. And for brows, I'm gonna go in with my my ColourPop Dope Taupe. But apparently, I watched a video, and if you go and visit the cave, it is off the trail, and they kind of have like things blocking it. They don't want people to go over there because it can be unsafe, you know, because the cave is off of the trail. And I seen that if you go into the cave and take any fallen stone with you or anything back with you, you'll be cursed with bad luck. So it's best if you do go and visit, leave everything alone, you know, don't take anything with you. And for eyeshadow, I want to use my ABH Norvina collection, volume 3. I thought this had a lot of like orangey tones. I do want to go on with the basic look though. I'm not doing anything crazy. But a lot of people have reported hearing voices, seeing full body apparitions, and unexplained sounds have been reported in that cave. And this has all been reported over centuries. Like, it's pretty fascinating, pretty interesting. Go with that shimmer shade. Just put it all over my lid. And for liner, I'm gonna go in my Physicians Formula, and this one's in dark brown. And for mascara, my Iconic London Triple Threat Mascara. Devil's Hole is definitely a unique place that tourists gravitate to. President McKinley visited the Devil's Hole in 1901 during the Pan American Exposition, and a few hours later he was assassinated. So I don't know if it was a curse from, you know, going to Devil's Hole, if that had anything to do with it, but I thought that was an interesting little thing that I read. And there also has been countless murders, suicides, and accidents along the 410 steps leading down to the gorge below. I'm going to line my lips by Bodyography in the shade Rosewood. And for lipstick, I have the LA Colors Matte Lips in the shade Keeper. I found this at Dollar Tree, and it just looked like a really pretty shade. I wouldn't say it was really a matte though. that is it for my makeup. My makeup is all done today. But if you ever do plan to visit that Devil's Hole, make sure you bring up a buddy with you. It's not a safe place to go along on your own. Just, you know, you want to be cautious and make sure you go during daylight hours. The park is open all year round, even in the winter, but a lot of the trails do close in the winter time. So your best bet is to go during like the summer months. I bet you fall would be gorgeous. I would love to, you know what? I should try. I'm gonna try to go there this fall. I think that would be really cool to see the place and get a hike. But there is no handicap accessible trails. It is a very, it's like rated hard. So keep that in mind. And yeah, so that is it. That is it for today's Makeup and Myths. I just want to thank you all so much for watching. And if you remember me doing this series, I so love you and appreciate you. I do have a playlist. It's my fall Halloween playlist, and you can check it out. I have past Makeup and Myths in there, but keep in mind a lot of those videos are a lot older videos, and I'm very, very awkward in them as of now, because these types of videos are hard to do. I want you to keep that in mind when you're trying to like read from a script but not look like you're reading from a script. Is kind of tricky. But anyways, I hope you all are doing well. Happy October. Today is my daughter's homecoming dance. Last night they had the bonfire, and I'm also making a pot roast in the crock pot. So I don't know, it's exciting. I love the fall season. But okay guys, I hope you are all doing well, and I will see you guys later. Bye.